As you know, in Russia, I personally have been in contact with the Prime Minister of Israel, and on this issue, I have also been in contact with President Trump. You always need to see whether the goal is being achieved or not when starting something. We see that today in Iran, despite the complexity of the internal political processes taking place there, we are aware of this. And I think there is no need to go into detail there. It's still a consolidation of society around the country's political leadership. Well, this is almost always the case everywhere. And Iran is no exception. That's the first one. The second, which is very important, everyone is talking about this, and I'll just repeat what we know and hear from all sides. These underground factories, they exist, and in fact, nothing has happened to them so far. They remain intact and operational. And in this regard, it seems to me that given the current situation and the ongoing concerns, it would be right and proper for everyone together, all the relevant parties and stakeholders, to look for ways to end the hostilities and to find ways for all the participants in this conflict to come to an agreement with each other. This agreement should be reached through dialogue and negotiation in order to ensure both Iran's interests on the one hand and its nuclear activities, including, of course, its peaceful nuclear activities on the other hand. It is important that any solution respects the rights and security of all involved, while also promoting stability and peace in the region. I mean, both peaceful nuclear energy and the peaceful use of nuclear technology in other areas, specifically, as well as ensuring Israel's interest in terms of the unconditional and absolute security of the Jewish state. This is a delicate issue, and of course, one needs to be very careful here. But personally, in my view, all things considered, I do believe that really such a solution can indeed be found. As you know, at one time we took over a project in Iran that had been carried out by German companies, and we completed the construction of the Bushehr nuclear power plant. Now it is operating there, but the German companies have left. The Iranians asked us to continue. It was difficult because what the German specialists had done was their own design, and Rosatom had to make considerable efforts to adapt all of this to a unit of Russian design. Nevertheless, we did it. And this unit is operating successfully. We have signed a contract to build 2 more units. Work is underway, and our specialists are on site. There are more than 200 people. And we have reached an agreement with the Israeli leadership that their safety will be ensured. Overall, it seems to me that, especially when considering Iran's stated and ongoing plans to continue using and further developing peaceful nuclear energy, meaning its application in agriculture, medicine, and so on, for example, in medical treatments or agricultural improvements. But this is not nuclear power generation. And in nuclear power generation, we could work together with Iran. Why do I think so? Because the level of trust between our countries is quite high. We have very good relations with Iran. We could continue this work and ensure their interests in this area. I won't go into details right now. There are many of them. And all these details have been discussed by us with both the Israeli side and the American side, and we have also sent certain signals to our Iranian friends. And overall, it is indeed possible to ensure Iran's interests in the important field of peaceful nuclear energy, while at the same time effectively addressing Israel's significant security concerns. In my opinion, such options exist. We have presented them, I repeat, to our partners, the US, Israel, and we have also conveyed them to Iran. Well, we are not imposing anything on anyone. We are simply stating how we see a possible way out of the situation. But of course, the decision lies with the political leadership of all these countries, first and foremost, Iran and Israel.